Okay, so the Felder AD951. I'm so excited to have this machine. You know, preparing wood, aside from jointing, getting wood prepared, flattened, especially if you're working with slabs and big old bits of wood, the easier that is to do, as far as I'm concerned, the better. Someone's described this as an aircraft carrier. It does feel a bit like that. It's massive. I'll just tell you what the spec is on this one. Main feature being a spiral cutting block. Has a 7.5 horsepower motor. For me, something that's really handy, this Euro guard, it was part of the package, because if you're working on the edge, this is something you're always banging into. So this can just be folded down, and then the digital height adjustment here, you can't punch in the numbers on this one, you just move it up and down on there, and you've got a feed rate. So the out feed of the thicknesser table has a built-in bracket. It's actually cast straight on. So my cast iron extensions will fit, which is good. So they need to be without a leg support on the outfeed really, because obviously you're continually changing the height. There is an option to have a mount on the outfeed of the jointer bed. So let's get this bad boy fired up and give it a test. So I'll start with this piece of Yew, and I tested this on some brand new blades on the Hammer A3 41. And really good results. Now I did just push it through, I didn't run it under, I didn't particularly pace it well over the top. So you probably could get better results on the hammer if you were a bit more careful pushing it through. But I'm going to do the same on this. I'm just going to push this through as I normally do. So here you go, you can see some tear out here and here. So there is some lines, as you'll see, a bit of tear out here and here. Let's start by pushing that through. One pass, I'm going to take 1 mil off to start with, and let's see what it looks like. So it's 1 mil. I'm not sure it took that off yet. So tear out. Well, I don't think it took that yet. I'm going to do one more pass at 1 mil. So at the moment, there's some lines here, which I don't think we hit on the 1 mil. All of this tear out's gone. So let's just try again. I've still not hit that. I think that's a bit dropping down. It is. So let's have a look here. Well, virtually none. There's some tiny bit there. It is so smooth now. The grain is going in all kinds of directions. There's not really a great way to push this through, but you could, if you could feel this, it is so smooth. It's incredible. So let me show you another piece of this same Yew. This was done on the hammer, the straight cutter, and if you look in the light, you can see those little ridges. And again, if I put this through the thicknesser, most of this would go. It seems to be over the top you get more ridges. It's the pressure, I guess. But if you look over here, look there, and then look here. So it's quite a big difference. Anyway, that's test number 1. So obviously, I guess we kind of knew it would be less tear out on odd grain, which is what I've read about. And let's do another test. Okay, so this is a bit of English walnut, and again, this is prone to tear out. So let's get this squared up. We can check the fence at the same time as well. So I have heard some horror stories about this fence not being great. Now, for me, it feels all right, but let's just try. We've got this classic nowhere near, so I'm going to push this down. I'm going to take 3 mil off on the first hit. So 2 passes. Let's have a look. So this is English walnut, and I would expect tear out, especially around here. And there is none at all. Okay, so that's our reference side. I'm going to square that up. This is crazy. In fact, I'm probably just I'm gonna push this front bit through a couple of times and bring it back just to get this level, else I'm gonna waste so much wood. Just gonna nick that off on the plane and then I'll go through. So there's quite a lot to remove here. Again, I'm gonna set this to 3mm. Okay, so now we've got our two sides. We're going to run it through the thicknesser. I'm not sure where I read it, but I think this bed weighs something like half a ton. But what's crazy is how easy it is to lift up. So we can lift that up there one hand. Up. This over. And we're pretty much ready now. So it's 101 there. 103 there. So let's go for 100mm. So just set this up here, 100mm. We've got speed control here. This turns on the feed and off. So 100mm. Let's do it on a fast speed. Quite like the fast speed. The fastest speed. That is absolutely glass smooth. It's really good. And that's on the fast speed. And what I'm going to do on the next one, I'm just going to put it down a bit lower, just a bit slower than the middle, and see how that is. So we've got two edges. This is our next edge here. Let's check the height of this. It's 105, 101. Let's go back to 100. So, set that back to 100. That is absolutely beautiful. So let's just check that. So that was all done off the fence. Okay, well that is always a bit difficult showing this edge. That was just absolutely square. That was completely out that on all sides, that piece of walnut. Very difficult to show on the camera, sorry, but that's bang on. Anyway, let's move on. Now, I really wish, and I might ask somebody to come up with something for this. I've got a few electrician friends. I wish there was a button to put this thing all the way down, but there isn't. So I do need to hold it, but it's not long. Okay, that's it, that's ready. I can't time that because I'm using my phone to record this, but it would be nice just to have a button and walk away, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so the next test is going to be a quick bit of jointing, something that I've had knocking around. Got these two pieces here. I think this is silver birch actually, if I remember rightly. So 370. So I should be able to join these, domino them up, glue them, and then show you it running through as a completed board. So you can see that they are way off. And they're all over the place down here, look. So there's a nice little trick to setting the height of the guard there. You just put that under, push it on, spin that down, and then take it up a bit. And that's pretty good height for the guard. And push it through this way. Okay, so we've got two flat sides for reference off the back fence. You can see this is way out. So I'm going to take quite a lot off here. One of those pieces hit a knot while we were going through, but it wasn't massive drama, just come out. Okay, that's the side there. So, just get a marker. Okay, so we just reference those up and then we'll join them with domino. Got those planed and jointed on the sides there. I'm going to just put a couple of dominoes in, let that go off, and then we'll give it another run underneath and see the results. So massive spiral cutter block. I mean, the block itself is huge. So I've given that about an hour. Glue's gone off. I'm just going to run that underneath. Okay, so there it is. Glued and jointed. Quick, easy, and this wood is super tear out. The grain is all over the place. Okay, so the next test, this is something I cut in my old shop. Just going to try and get one flat side. It's a bit of silver birch. It's 2.5 meters long. I can lift it, but it is a struggle. It was cut freehand on the bandsaw. There's a lot to come off. But it'd be nice to get one straight edge on here, so when it comes to using it, we've got something to reference. So let's see how we deal with that. We're going to go with a big cut to start with. We go right up to 5mm. Let's try that. That's one heavy bit of timber. But it's straight. Absolutely bang on. Okay, so there it is. It's an absolute beast. I'm really happy with it. It's going to be a massive time saver. The kind of chore of preparing, jointing wood has completely gone now in my shop. There's no fear about putting great big beams through. It's very easy to operate, really accurate. This digital height adjustment is going to be so cool because no need to use your calipers to get the fine adjustment. So that's going to be a time saver for me. So all in all, absolutely brilliant. So pleased with it. Performs better than I expected. It's definitely one of the best things I've got in the shop. Thanks for watching.